decides to leave early for the NFL draft. A lot of pieces coming back in that non-throwing shoulder.
Yeah, and coaches are optimistic about his recovery and coming back, and this is really where you're going to see him at his best. 7-on-7.
This is really for the fans, just to get Jarrett Stidham out in front of the fans, because it looked like he would not play at all.
Let's just make sure there's no contact and give the fans a little taste of still what they're going to see this fall.
Jarrett Stidham rifles a shot, and that is caught.
And they're going to give it to him this year.
Here's Malik Willis now running the offensive quarterback. He has been getting most of the #1
thought behind getting Jarrett out here just in front of the fans.
Yeah, I think it's real important to get out, throw the ball around a little bit, and you know, I know our fans like that. Performs you in front of our crowd.
With Jarrett, when you found out that he was coming back here, what was that conversation like?
Yeah, it was.
That he will have more freedom in this offense next year. What do you mean by that?
Yeah. Good ball! Yeah,
yeah, absolutely made the right move. I told him that yesterday when we were sitting down with him. I said, I can't believe you were thinking about it. Not because I don't think he has the talent. He absolutely does. Doing on offense, how Chip Lindsey wants to call this offense for Stidham. And as Laura alluded to right there, when you throw around the term as almost an interception.
Was coming back.
Jarrett was going through when he called them and told him, and you could tell by the grin on his face that was a pretty excited Gus Malzahn.
Peach Bowl, and he went there just to get away. He turned his cell phone off for the entire 3 days. Ended up, of course, getting that big elk. Receiving of that news from his coaches to know that he would be coming back.
I bet. I didn't even know they had wild elk in West Texas. 3 turnovers in that Central Florida game. He is still angry about it. It's been a motivating factor for him this offseason.
Built for that. It's another reason why I'm interested to see this running back competition play out today. But Stidham is poised to really
for over 3,000 yards. Only the 8th team in SEC history that can claim that. So it was a well-balanced.
You don't do that by accident. He needed the element of a guy that could get Jarrett Stidham and maximize the quarterback position.
Coaching Willis up, been coaching the young quarterback Joey Gatewood up. He has really enjoyed that.
Ball in between 18 and 22 yards on a line. He's got a lot of talent. Chip Lindsey was talking about Malik.
First team is going to be run by the orange quarterback. That's Willis, and he's got a flea flicker. First team offense against the second team defense. They take a shot.
Lights out. You know, last year we were good, but, you know, they got a chance to be even better than us, you know, because they got, you know, returning starters like Marlon Davidson, Dontavius. Listening to my coach, you know, it gave me a great chance to be good.
All right, can we just get a Sensei Mud sign-off from you?
Sensei Mud sign-off, we're going to bow. We're going to bow with him.
It could be the best in the SEC.
And crazy to say, because Jeff Holland had 10 sacks last year, one of the best in the SEC. And when we talked to Kevin Steele, the defensive coordinator, about
Gatewood out of the shotgun. A lot of hype around this freshman. He rolls out and throws it to the sideline of Cam Newton. Not fair, but I'm just reporting what's being reported.
Nearly the same
here.
size, got the #1 on. He's a special athlete.
Admits that there are similar skill sets, and he's got similar size to Cam as he rolls to the right side this time, and he'll tuck it.
This offense, and I think he's going to be a guy that has a big future ahead of him.
Ian Shannon, the backup punter to Aiden Marshall, kicks it. That's a 50-yard. Willis at the controls, the sophomore quarterback. They're going to keep it on the ground. This is Malik Miller. He is August.
Yeah, and it will. I think Cam Martin and this coaching staff is really comfortable with Cam Martin. He was the second leading rusher last year with Petway's injuries. But as closely as I followed Auburn, they need 2 guys.
Boobie Whitlow is a guy to keep an eye on. We'll probably see quite a bit of him at some point today. Redshirt freshman from Lafayette, Alabama. And as a
Whitlow first, I think they really like this kid.
No doubt about it. Here is Willis rolling out on 3rd down. He's going to tuck it and run to the sideline. Here's Kerryon Johnson, who we were talking about. He's on the sideline. He's here.
This year, we got a lot of yards in the offseason. Trained as hard as I've ever trained. It paid off, and that's how you stay. I think I made sure to tell them I didn't come in wanting to replace anybody else. I don't want them trying to fill my shoes. I just want them to be who they are. None of them get a team. We got a lot of experience. We don't have a lot of experience, but we have a lot of talent. So it's going to be up to him to lead us. And but he's always
on the board. They belong to the orange team. The first team offense back out there. Malik Willis will hand it off. And this is Whitlow with a stiff arm, bouncing it to the outsider, trying to. He's hemmed in. And now changing field. He's going to go the other way on a slick surface. Look at the footwork. Cuts it up, making something out of nothing. He's going to get a yard out of it. Redshirted last year because of an ankle injury, completely healthy this year, and they are excited about him. And now a ball loose on the turf. So now the second-team offense takes over on a short field. Joey Gatewood is going to dump it off short. That pass is going to land incomplete. How about that 1-2 combination?
What a stacked high school.
Play fake, rolling out. Here's Gatewood on the keeper. And it's going to be running time. Play action, Gatewood in trouble, and got rid of it.
Smart move. That's one thing Chip Lindsey said. He's far beyond his young age. Should still be in high school.
And a penalty flag on the play. Marlon Davidson got in there with the pressure, the defensive end.
Might have had somebody. They just picked that one up.
I think they did. It was an intentional grounding, so they're just going to kick the field goal here. This is Anders Carlson, who's competing to replace his brother Daniel, of course, the SEC's all-time leading scorer. This guy has a big leg. This will be a 45-yard attempt for Carlson.
It's about a pitching wedge for him.
Line drive kick, and he got her.
3-75. Wow. So it's possible, guys. We'll see what happens. It's windy out here today, but it may not be going the right direction sometimes.
You mentioned altitude. I think that was probably a factor there. That's Leek Willis. Fun name to say. There are some great nicknames on this team this year. Play action, pump. Willis going down the sideline, and he overshot.
Just abbreviations of my first initial and last name put together. I never got a cool nickname like that. You need to give me one, Clay.
I'll think about it.
Yeah, we got a few quarters.
Willis, hit as he throws, looking for Slayton, and overshot him.
Not a bad ball there, Darius Slayton. Just a little overthrown.
Ian Shannon with another punt. Of course, the punts.
You saw it kicking around that rock. And you get up here in America, and then you show them how to do it, you know?
You just want a nickname. Aussie. You're Aussie from here on.
You know, by the season, I'll be back down to 305 or so, and he'll probably play better at that weight, but he's dominant force.
Gatewood was tall in the pocket, but then as he stepped up.
Up front there. He runs the show. He's the leader of that front group, really the most important part of this Auburn defense.
Gatewood pumps left, comes over the middle, in and out of the hands of the intended receiver. The pressure from the front seven is going to be a key for this defense.
Ball, and it'd be that seamless.
Number one offense, and it's Barrett with the catch, and he's met immediately. Talk to Kevin Steele. He's got a pretty good idea of what his starting 11 is going to look like, but things at certain positions still a little bit in flux as Darius Slayton hauls that one in.
Those guys showing up this summer will get a chance to play in the fall.
Sal Cannella, the tight end, goes in motion from left to right. Malik Willis looking over the middle. He's going to come out to the near side, and it's in and out of the hands. Brahms, he's out for the foreseeable future with a broken ankle. Already the fourth punt today. Tune in to Rally Cap Sunday nights. Cedric Chambers lost the football. Loose. And who got it? Looked like the defense recovered. Criticism in the papers the last couple of weeks of the strength and conditioning program, particularly the coach, Ryan Russell, and Gus Malzahn quickly shot that down. Eli Stone, Will Hastings, gone for the time being with ACLs. It's just been a bad year.
Offense, really with Stove running the ball, reverses, and Hastings really is most comfortable receiver with Jarrett Stidham.
Fake the handoff to Tolbert, dump it off to Barrett. Anders Carlson on for a 38-yarder, and he got it.
Agility guys, and they are straight speed, so they need to cut and be confident. You hope they come back healthy as ever.
Here's Joey Gatewood. And the right now, Jordan, the defense is the story so far here at A-Day.
Yeah, just remember, no Jarrett Stidham out there. You got two young quarterbacks. You're still trying to work out a few positions on the offensive line to get reps going full speed, and this is why this is the best scenario for a spring game.
There's Gatewood rolling out on third down, pass incomplete.
Getting him outside the pocket and on the run. Throws a good ball.
Jamel Dean expected to be the starter at corner. Well defended that play too.
Talent up front. They're just not getting push against this front four. They should be able to run the football more effectively than they are.
It's the #1 offense.
Hey,
C.J. Tolbert busting loose. The reserve tailback inside the 20, inside the 10, and he's tripped up at the 5. He started 7 games last year at left guard. And keep it on the ground with Tolbert.
When a guy that you'd probably say is somewhere on 4th or 5th on the depth chart is breaking off big runs.
Feed Tolbert again. Tucker Brown, the center, turned around to communicate with the quarterback, and they run it again with Tolbert. Now Carlson out of the hold of Shannon.
Their bowl game, it did not sit well with these Auburn players. Derek Brown telling me they're using it as huge motivation this year. He said he's watched back those games so many times. Nick Chubb scored a touchdown. Brown felt personally responsible for that. He says he'll never get over that play. It's another reason, guys, that Jarrett Stidham decided to come back.
As an athlete, you remember the negative plays and the letdowns much more than the positives.
On 3rd down, catch made. Georgia out to punt. This will be his 4th boot today. You know, I'm really happy for Laura that the rain stopped.
Yeah.
It was 1st and 10 for the #1 offense. Malik Willis has been taking those reps this spring. Hands off to Whitlow. There's Booby Whitlow.
To like about his game.
And now they're going to throw. This is Willis going down the left sideline. That's the senior slot receiver.
You know what? What do you have? 815 yards last year, 5 TDs. They know what they got in him. They want to see what they have out of some of these younger receivers.
Seth Williams, they're going to arrive later in the summer. It's Whitlow again. That right side, and that's...
I mean, those are Olympic qualifying speeds.
Same Bolt type speed. Play action. Willis throws to the sideline and singled him out. And we talked to them both. He's shown a lot of improvement this year. Here's Devin Barrett. It's a speed sweep. Again, Jarrett Stidham recovering from non-throwing shoulder surgery. It is Malik Willis running the first-team offense. Fake it to Barrett. Willis slides up in the pocket. He'll go down the field. Caught at the 25-yard line.
Receivers will make that. He shielded the ball with his body. That's what he's good at. That's the area in the...
This is the longest series of the day for either offense. 10th play. That might have been a sack for Big Cat. They let him go, and it's going to be incomplete. Down. Willis on 3rd down and 6. Time to throw. And it's behind. Slayton, incomplete.
Yards, one that needs to be completed.
So 41-yard attempt. Alongside SEC now regular Jordan Rogers, I'm Clay Matvick here at Jordan-Hare Stadium. He's going to be a starter at corner for sure. Inside handoff from Joey Gatewood to Ace A-Day crowd here.
Cheering for any points they can right now.
They've been hard to come by here in the scrimmage. That one's batted down for Joey Gatewood. Number 5 for the second-team offense. Almost shanked. Last year's division title earned Gus a 7-year, $49 million contract extension. Malik Willis was Stidham's backup last year as a freshman. A candidate to be in that role again next fall.
Guys with his size.
3rd down and 2. 4-man rush picked up. Willis looking downfield. He's going to come underneath. Second half will be running time. This is the final play of the first half. It's Whitlow. And bursts into the secondary, gets to the 45-yard line.
The field a lot.
So here we go with the second half. It'll be running time. It's a reverse, and it's Devin Barrett toting the football across the 40, the 45, across midfield that we're going to see from Barrett when he's on the offensive side.
Yeah, this offense loves to have a guy that can change things up really, really well.
Second down 9. And if Stove doesn't come back,
they'll need him.
You'd think that Barrett would probably stay on the offensive side. As C.J. Tolbert with a touchdown in the first half, 45 yards passing in the first half. He'll sling it here, incomplete. He failed to click there.
First half there, so just a little bit off.
And Gatewood was 4 of 12. Did not record any yards passing. They tried the reverse, moving the chains. Willis will send Sal Cannella in motion. Low snap. Willis struggles to pick it up. That's good to see. Jarrett Stidham staying involved. Like another. The walk-ons that Gus was talking about. Will Appleton, the other one who we'll likely see here shortly. Already well under 8 minutes to go here in the third quarter. And Gus Malzahn's probably fine with that considering the wet track we have here today.
Yeah, second half wasn't in there as much as maybe he could have been, but he's made big strides in protection this offseason.
Here's Martin ripping one off up the middle. Asa Martin, who chose Auburn over Alabama. With a little tempo, high snap. It'll be Martin again, trying to bounce it to the outside, gets across the 35-yard line.
Not just on the field, but what he means to that position group off the field. You got a lot of man to replace. Both leadership
is probably the leader at this point to win.
Yeah, they know what they have in him. And as Chip and Gus will say, they feel most comfortable with him in there for protection. When Jarrett's in there.
Longest drive for the blue team today. This is Devin Adams at quarterback. He's going to sling it to the near sideline. Looking downfield for Pace Osmond. Chipper. Here's Asa Martin. He's going to cut it back and won't escape. Well, if I wait till Kerryon Johnson leaves to figure out how I'm going to replace him, I'm in trouble. He's Jackson and Monday, the defensive backs. You know, they are really fired up about out there at quarterback. He's in the gun. 4 completions in the first half, 12 attempts. He'll keep it. Here's Whitlow again. Lowers his head, gets out to the...
He hits it.
Gatewood will hand off to Whitlow again. He's got enough for the first down. They're going to go on the road for the season opener to Atlanta. Take on Washington. Whitlow again. That's just fakes.
A lot of it's smoke and mirrors. You know, some of it might be. You never know. That's the thing. We're guessing up here. That means the headline doing some signals.
I think he likes this coaching that he's doing in the spring. That's incomplete intended.
Tunnel vision at times at the quarterback position. You know what you need to do when you're trying to do it quickly. Well, when you take a step back and you're not running the offense fast and then quickly notice, hey, we're out leveraged here. Let's change the play. Don't worry about that. This offense is going to get things figured out on the offensive line, the running back. You'll have Jarrett Stidham in there. This offense is going to look completely different.
Quarter, final seconds, quarter number 3. This is a delayed handoff right up the middle. That'll be Gus Malzahn also wanted to take a real close look, Jordan, at the offensive line today. What have you noticed up there?
Well, I've noticed that the experienced players have played really, really well. Marquell Harrell, Mike Horton.
Nice catch. Bobbling. Receiver, Malzahn says he has really improved this year. Straight up the middle, this is Tolbert again. He's had a good...
Just a really nice ball by Will Appleton. You're a walk-on. You're getting some time in the spring game.
That's what you
let one rip.
You bet. Here's Tolbert. He's got over 100 yards rushing. Back to his home state of Alabama. And Tolbert cuts it back up the middle. Now going back to...
You also lost your offensive line coach. So a ton of vacancies in an area where you need that unit to be as good as possible. We didn't even mention Prince Tagovailoa tonight. He had improvement on today, and I think Calvin Ashley and Austin Troxell at right tackle both have done some good things as I'm watching tape, or watching from up here at least.
Cutting it up, Tolbert. Leadership up front. They're looking for some bell cows.
Yeah, and he's not one of the guys that's going to be a vocal leader as they punch it in here.
Jay Tolbert. Anders Carlson bangs home the extra point.
Signaling from the sideline, watching Malink and Joey out there. What have they shown you so far in this game? And he said that once again today. So how have you improved as a vocal leader to let your guys know what they need to know, challenge them throughout practices and games?
Yeah, no, it's just about being vocal. Want to get to, we know how to get there. And so it's a matter of, getting some of these young guys to kind of step up and
you can play. You got to show him you can ball. He did that last year, so guys are listening to him a little more now, and he's making a point of being more vocal.
And so much more comfortable.
I've gotten to know Jarrett pretty well over the last year or so, and very bluntly, I said, you're an idiot. And I smiled and I gave him a high five. You know,
From Coach Malzahn's perspective, but from the player perspective, they were thrilled as well. Nate Craig Myers has said that he's brought guy is challenging, but that's why the quarterback takes all the praise and then sometimes all the blame.
Yeah, and that's why he's only now really coming into himself, because pat him on the butt and say, hey, you know what, we'll get it next time. You got to learn to adapt as a quarterback to different personalities, and he's starting to really understand that.
Asa Martin is big leg.
Oh, my.
No problem.
Died a little bit. Some wind up there.
Maybe a little bit better with the strength of his leg. One of the things that Anders said, too, is that his brother challenged him his entire life to be
literally. Just one shoe.
Good one. I like that.
25-yard run. They only get better for me there.
Hard to argue with you there, but Whitlow is going to be someone that you got to watch out for this year.
That's incomplete.
Senior. Awesome stuff for him.
This might be the final play as Devin Adams hands off. There's toll.